A true king within the walls, Rod Rice found his schemes laid to waste, while Levi's squad was successful in rescuing both Aaron and Historia. However, seeing his hopes dashed on the ground before him, Rod Rice himself became a Titan.
I just wanted to believe my father was right. Even more than that, I wanted him to like me.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sansan, Best Anime Reaction. In the previous episode, we reached a major turning point as power shifted and long-hidden truths about leadership finally came into the open. The direction of the story has clearly changed, and humanity now stands at a crossroads. In this episode, I expect to see the aftermath of those huge decisions and how the new order begins to take shape. There's also a strong feeling that the focus will slowly return to the outside world and the original enemy, the Titans. Emotions are still raw, and not everyone may agree with the path chosen. I'm really curious to see how the Survey Corps regains its purpose. Let's jump into episode 9 and continue this intense journey.
But it's time for me and him to part ways.
Once you're queen, you can punch that smug rug right in the face.
How can we evacuate the people in such a short time? That's not part of the plan. The people of Orvu District need to stay exactly where they are. What the hell are you thinking, Irvin? If we don't get these civilians out of the city, they'll die by the thousands. That hulking monstrosity will be a stone's throw from the wall by morning.
That Titan is an abnormal.
Right, and what the hell does that even mean?
It behaves strangely. Unlike most Titans we encounter, it's only attracted to large groups of people. Hence the word abnormal. Put simply, given a choice between a few soldiers right next to it and a distant but densely populated city, it'll choose the city. So if we were to evacuate Orvut's populace to the interior of Wall Sina right now, the Titan would change its course, destroying the wall and anything else in its path. Left unchecked, it would make for the city with the greatest density of people, Mitras. The ensuing rampage would deliver a devastating blow to humanity.
Let's take a breath for a moment, because this episode of Attack on Titan feels like the world exhaling after holding its lungs tight for centuries. Season 3 Episode 9 does not explode with Titan battles or jaw-dropping transformations. Instead, it does something far more dangerous. It changes the rules of the world. This is the episode where power quietly shifts hands, where history takes a step forward, and where everyone, including us as viewers, realizes that fighting monsters is sometimes easier than deciding what kind of world you want to live in afterward. The episode opens in a strange emotional space. The immediate threat is gone. Rod Reese is dead, the crawling nightmare that nearly crushed Orvu District has been erased, and for the first time in a long while, the walls feel stable. But that stability is uncomfortable. It's like standing in a room after a massive argument, where no one is yelling anymore, but no one knows what to say next either. The Reese family, who secretly ruled humanity from the shadows for generations, has collapsed. The fake king is gone. The lies about divine authority and inherited will have been exposed. And now everyone is staring at the empty throne, wondering who is brave, or foolish, enough to sit on it. What makes this episode so fascinating is how much time it spends on consequences rather than victories. Overthrowing a corrupt system is one thing. Replacing it is another monster entirely. The military leaders gather, not to celebrate, but to wrestle with the reality that they now hold responsibility over an entire society. For years, the central government used fear, secrecy, and memory manipulation to keep people obedient. Now that those tools are gone, the question becomes terrifyingly simple. If people are finally free to think, to remember, and to question, What happens if they don't like the answers? This is where Historia Reiss steps into the spotlight, not as a hero writing triumphant music, but as a young woman being asked to carry the weight of history on her shoulders. Her rise to the throne is not portrayed as destiny-full.
As we rode for Orvud, we had Eren Yeager attempt to use his recently discovered power to control Titans. Rod Rice's Titan didn't react in any way.
Stop moving now! I said stop! Hey, I'm talking to you! Hey, asshole, you hear me? Come on, you stupid old bastard! Why won't you listen?
If we're to stop this thing, it'll have to be outside the walls of Orvud District. For that to happen, we require the citizens here to act as bait. However, this doesn't change the fact that our first and foremost duty as soldiers is to protect the people. In the event that we're unable to halt the target, we'll take measures to minimize civilian losses. We'll announce a district-wide evacuation drill tonight. The people will be gathered away from the outer wall, ready to escape if the battle is lost.
It seems there's no other choice.
The body of this Titan is the largest we've seen yet. As such, it presents an easy target. Our wall-mounted cannon should prove highly effective. But if we can't bring it down with artillery, the Scout Regiment will throw everything we have at it.
As part of this drill, dummy Titans and cannons will be utilized. This will be a large-scale exercise like nothing you've seen. However, we ask that you remain calm, follow our instructions, and remember...
I really gotta go get my store ready for the day. Can't you let us go home?
You won't have any customers today. Take the day off.
I've got a living to make.
This is Northern Cena. Why are we having drills?
The military ousts the king, and now this?
What do you mean?
I'm saying that the military is only doing this to demonstrate their power. Now that the fake king's gone, they want to remind us that they're in control.
You mean they're putting us through all this just to flex their damn muscles?
Yeah. At this point, I think I prefer the fake king, even if he was incompetent.
Hey, look over!
Filled, but as a choice made with trembling hands. Historia is not selected because she is powerful, charismatic, or politically skilled. She is chosen because she represents a clean break from the past. Unlike her ancestors, she is not chained by inherited memories or paralyzed by guilt over the world's cruelty. She remembers her pain clearly, and that pain becomes her qualification. One of the most important things this episode communicates, without ever saying it out loud, is that Historia understands suffering in a way the Reiss family never truly did. She was unwanted, hidden, told her existence was a mistake. She lived as someone who believed she had no right to want happiness. That experience shapes her far more than royal blood ever could. When she accepts the role of queen, it doesn't feel like ambition. It feels like responsibility reluctantly accepted. She does not smile like someone who has won. She looks like someone who knows that from this moment on, every decision she makes could save or doom countless lives. Levi's presence during this transition is subtle but incredibly meaningful. He does not give speeches. He does not offer comfort in gentle words. Levi's support comes in the form of honesty and space. He does not push Historia toward the throne, but he makes it clear that running away is no longer an option. There is a quiet respect between them, built not on kindness, but on shared understanding. Both know what it means to survive in a world that never cared whether they lived or died. And then we get one of the most oddly satisfying scenes in the entire season. Historia punches Levi in front of everyone. On the surface, it's funny. It's absurd. The newly crowned queen just decked humanity's strongest soldier, and the crowd laughs. But beneath the humor lies something deeply symbolic. That punch is Historia rejecting the image of a perfect, untouchable monarch. She is not a holy figure. She is not above anger or frustration. She is human, and she is claiming that humanity openly. Levi allowing it.
There!
Smoke.
Fire!
Well, how'd that do? Looks like the field cannons are even less effective.
Makes sense. The cannons on the wall have a way better angle. And they didn't do shit to it either. What's the problem?
Unprepared soldiers, scrapped together cannons, and shallow leadership. The Titans have always attacked from the south. Not only is this a northern garrison, it's in the interior. Therefore, I can tell you for a fact this is the best we'll get.
Yeah, that much is painfully clear. And of course, your strategy for getting us through this battle comes down to a gamble. Just like every other plan that you've come up with.
Evan, I brought the goodies! All the gunpowder, ropes, and netting I could find. You still need to put it together, though. Ooh, got this too. There's another one just like it a bit further down. The trigger's held in place, so once fired, it'll wind itself right back up just like ODM gear. So, we do any damage?
Imagine a swarm of cicadas pissing on us.
Then we'll actually use these things. Exciting.
Captain Levi, John, Sasha, Connie, you handle that side.
Yes, sir!
How should we approach this? Let me see. Think of it like we're wrapping up a nice gift for someone special.
I believe you heard from Levi, Historia. Assuming we live through this, we'll have you become the queen who rules this world within the walls. So naturally, I can't have you fighting on the front line.
I doubt that plan will work. The people won't bow to a queen in name alone. They aren't that naive.
Exactly what are you suggesting?
Accepting it without retaliation shows his acknowledgement of her strength. Not physical strength, but the strength to be real in a world built on lies. While the world reshapes itself politically, Eren Yeager is quietly falling apart internally. This episode marks a turning point in how Eren views himself. For the first time, he no longer sees his Titan power as proof of his worth. Instead, he begins to view it as stolen, undeserved, and horrifying. Learning that his father took the founding Titan from the Reese family shatters Eren's sense of identity. He starts to believe that everything he is comes from an act of violence he never chose. This internal conflict is crucial. Eren has always defined himself through action, through rage, through the need to fight. But now he is forced to confront the possibility that without his power, he is nothing special. And for someone like Eren, that thought is more terrifying than any Titan. His guilt becomes suffocating. He begins to see himself not as a hero, but as a mistake that continues to hurt others simply by existing. Armin and Mikasa respond to Eren's breakdown in ways that perfectly reflect who they are. Armin tries to reason with him, to show him that worth is not inherited and that choices matter more than origins. Mikasa, as always, stays close. She doesn't debate. She doesn't argue. She is simply there, anchoring Eren to reality through presence alone. These quiet moments between them may seem small, but they are foundational. They plant emotional seeds that will grow into devastating consequences later in the story. Another brilliant aspect of this episode is how it portrays the public reaction to Historia's coronation. Not everyone cheers. Not everyone cares. Many people are tired, hungry, and traumatized. For them, politics is not about legitimacy or bloodlines. It's about survival. Will this new ruler keep them safe? Will tomorrow be less terrifying than yesterday? Attack on Titan consistently refuses to romanticize the masses.
Historia. It's amazing how strong she's become. At first I thought she was the weakest of us. But no. I was the weak one. Somewhere along the line, I decided I was special. And because of that, when other soldiers died for my sake, I accepted it as natural. And the same goes for my Titan powers. I hated Titans more than anything. But when I became one, I thought nothing of it, because I wanted to believe that strength was my own. That's the thinking of a weakling. Where we go from here? So what if I'm able to reseal the wall? I'm still not about to save mankind. I'm not special. I'm nobody. But really, it's humanity that got the short end of the stick here. 'Cause they're stuck with me as their trump card. Hey. Take a look at those kids down there. They're just like us on that day.
Yeah. We were clueless too. We had no idea a Titan taller than the walls was about to attack us either. They might end up seeing the same sight that we did that day. Thing is, it's different this time. Those kids will have soldiers who are ready to protect them. Those kids will have us.
Yeah, stack that one up on the edge.
Eren, we're running out of time here. Keep your hands busy.
Eren! Hey, stop! Why are you... Were you making a wound? It's not time yet. No, I just needed to beat the shit out of a useless brat real quick. With any luck, he's dead and gone now.
The enemy is moving! Adjust your aim! Our target is the back of its neck! Fire! Well done! We've torn into its flesh! One more volley and we can...
It's so hot! Damn it! That's just our luck. The wind must have shifted.
What do we do?
And this episode continues that tradition. The people are not heroes or villains. They are exhausted humans. This leads to one of the episode's most powerful underlying themes. Legitimacy does not come from lineage, but from lived experience. The old system relied on divine authority and ancient tradition. The new one, imperfect as it is, begins with choice. Historia chooses to rule. The military chooses to support her. And the people, slowly and cautiously, choose whether to believe. As the episode draws to a close, there is no triumphant anthem, no sense of final victory. Instead, there is a fragile calm. The kind of calm that exists only because something much worse is waiting beyond the horizon. The scouts prepare for what comes next. Historia begins her reign. Eren continues to wrestle with his identity. And we, as viewers, are left with an uneasy feeling that this new freedom comes at a cost no one fully understands yet. Season 3 Episode 9 is not loud, but it is heavy. It is the episode that reminds us Attack on Titan has never been just about Titans. It is about systems, trauma, power, and the terrifying burden of choice. It asks a question that lingers long after the screen fades to black. Now that humanity has taken control of its own fate, what will it do with that power? And knowing this series, the answer is not going to be gentle. One small but incredibly important detail in this episode, a detail that is easy to overlook if you're still recovering from the whole Queen punching Levi moment, is the way Eren looks at Historia after everything is over. Not what he says, not what he does, just the way he looks at her. Because that look quietly tells us more about Eren Yeager's future than any Titan fight ever could. Up until this point in the story, Eren has always believed in a very simple version of the world. There are enemies, there are allies, there are monsters, and if you have the power to fight monsters, then you should fight them. That mindset carried him.
I can't see, Captain!
It doesn't matter! The target's right beneath us! Keep shooting!
That wasn't enough.
It's a Titan.
Titan! Please, you have to stay calm! Shut up!
Falling back! Everyone run! Shit. It's breaking through. The city I grew up in is about to be devastated.
The garrison has done its duty. Let the scouts take it from here.
Looks like we're up, Eren.
Right. Armin, there's one more thing that's different from then. Huh? It's not all we'd hoped for, but it's something. Mankind has an ace up its sleeve.
Wait a second. Another one?
All set, Commander!
On my mark! Now!
Take this!
Right! It's losing balance!
Eren! Do it!
So you're saying that to take this Titan down, we're gonna stuff gunpowder
Through loss, trauma, and unimaginable horror. But in this episode, when Historia stands there as queen, alive and smiling in her own awkward, very unroyal way, Eren realizes something deeply unsettling. The world didn't get saved by his fists. It got saved by someone making a different choice. Historia chose not to inherit the founding Titan. She chose not to erase herself for the sake of some ancient idea of balance. She chose to live as a human, not a sacrifice. And for Eren, that choice hits like a punch he never saw coming. Because deep down, Eren has always believed that power equals responsibility, and responsibility equals suffering. If you are strong, you must carry the burden. If you can fight, you must fight. If you have power, you must lose yourself to it. Historia breaks that logic. She proves that rejecting power can sometimes be the bravest decision of all. And that terrifies Eren, because if Historia is allowed to say no to destiny, then what does that say about him? Has Eren been choosing his path, or has he been hiding behind inevitability this entire time? This moment adds an entirely new layer to Eren's guilt. It's no longer just about his father stealing the founding Titan or innocent people dying because of Titan powers. It's about the realization that Eren himself might be choosing the path of suffering because it gives his pain meaning. Fighting has always justified his existence. But what if that justification isn't as noble as he thought? The episode never spells this out. It doesn't need to. Attack on Titan trusts its audience enough to let silence do the talking. Eren's quiet, distant presence during Historia's coronation feels almost out of place. Everyone else is adjusting to a new political reality. Eren is adjusting to a personal collapse. While the world celebrates a queen who chose humanity, Eren is starting to fear that he will never be able to make the same choice. And this is where the tragedy of Eren Yeager truly begins to take shape. Not with anger.
Down its throat, and hope that's enough to destroy the nape of the neck.
That's correct.
With all the heat the bastard's making, I'd expect the powder to ignite without a detonator. Although a lot of this is banking on the Titan hanging its mouth open.
An explosion outside of the nape may not penetrate. The flesh inside its throat is softer, more vulnerable. But the target may protect that point. It's been dragging its face along the ground. Frankly, we don't even know that it has a mouth to open. That's the gamble this time.
I got you!
Gigantic though it is, its vital point is still 1 meter high and 10 centimeters across. Unless we destroy that, it will regenerate and form another shield of heat. We cannot waste this chance.
Where is it? Which one? Historia?
I understand your reasons, but I can't approve you entering combat.
Please, sir. I have to. I finally found my purpose, the duty I was actually meant to fulfill. That's why I'm standing here right now.
Well, at any rate, with my body as it is now, I can't exactly stop you, can I?
I'm sorry, Commander. I know this is selfish. But this is the first time I've stood against my parents. The first fight I've ever had with my father.
Father, you have to listen to me. You could easily eradicate the Titans for good. So why? Why won't you just do it?
I can handle it, brother. It's fine. Pray for me.
Alma, you're the only one who understands.
You can leave it to me, Father. I won't lose to the ghosts of our ancestors.
Oh, God.
The Titan's been destroyed. Hey, you okay? You're not injured, are you? It looked like you dealt the final blow.
Not with rage, but with doubt. This episode subtly reframes Eren's relationship with freedom. He has always shouted about freedom at the top of his lungs, yet here we see him confronted with someone who quietly embodies it. Historia doesn't scream about being free. She simply refuses to be chained by the past. That contrast plants a dangerous idea in Eren's mind. Maybe freedom isn't something you fight for. Maybe it's something you either allow yourself to have, or deny yourself forever. The brilliance of this detail is that it doesn't feel important in the moment. It feels calm, almost peaceful, but when you look back on it later, knowing the full journey of Eren Yeager, this episode becomes haunting. You realize that this might be one of the last times Eren witnesses a future where choosing humanity over power actually works. Where rejecting the cycle doesn't immediately lead to catastrophe. And perhaps, subconsciously, Eren comes to believe that this path is not meant for him. This also redefines Historia's role in the story. She isn't just a political symbol or a temporary ruler. She becomes living proof that the world can change without becoming a monster first. And that makes her existence incredibly dangerous in a narrative built on inevitable violence. Historia stands as a question mark in human form. A quiet, what if, that follows Eren wherever he goes. So when this episode ends on a calm note, it's not truly calm at all. It's the calm of a crossroads. One character has chosen to live as a human, accepting uncertainty and responsibility without power. Another character is standing at the edge of a path that will slowly convince him that power, no matter how monstrous, is the only way forward. And that's why this small detail matters so much. Because Season 3 Episode 9 isn't just about a queen being crowned. It's about two futures briefly coexisting in the same room. One hopeful, one horrifying. And the quiet tragedy is that Eren sees both, and walks away already leaning toward the wrong one.
Was that real? Or did I imagine it? Am I acting for myself? Or am I still just someone's tool? I don't know. But I've always just gone along with things. Till now, at least.
It's okay. My name is Historia Rice, and I am your rightful queen.
I must apologize, for I cannot die on this day. Please, forgive me.
You're not deaf, are you? Can you hear me or can't you? Got a name?
Because of that, I'll do anything he needs me to. Are you any different?
What do I care? It's fine by me.
Captain Ackerman!
No! Get back!
Kenny. Oh shit. Not you again. Found what's left of your squad. It looks like they were crushed in the cave-in. I guess you were the only survivor? Sure looks that way. Report back. I'm fine alone.
Understood, sir.
Between the burns and the blood you've lost, there's nothing that can save you now. Oh, yeah. I wonder.
Levi finds the man who raised him on the brink of death. In the haze of his fading mind, Kenny remembers someone that he once called a friend. Next episode, Friends.
Thank you so much for watching this video on General Sansan Anime. I really appreciate you spending your time here and sharing this anime journey with me. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support truly means a lot and helps the channel grow stronger every day. I'll be back very soon with more exciting reactions, emotional moments, and unforgettable anime scenes for all of us to experience together. Until next time, take care, keep enjoying anime, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.